right, everyone. We are live with our matchup for tonight. Um, got a good one for you. It's gonna be Flawless Cowboy going up against the Flood. Still waiting on one player, but I'm joined tonight by a former player in the league. It is LD50, and he goes by Zach. So, LD, welcome.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Yep. So thanks for being with us tonight. So, can we go ahead and pull up the rosters for tonight, and we can review those while we're waiting for this player?
Uh, Definitely looking forward to see this match. Refuge CTF to start it off. Always a good one to start it off on.
Yep. All right. So,
Still waiting on two more people.
yeah, we're still waiting on two people. So let's go ahead and cut to a break, and we'll put the 15-minute timer on as the courtesy. And hopefully they'll get these players in lobby, and we'll work on that. So stay with us, guys. We'll be right back.
age are growing older, there's no solace here for the young, and we will never recreate if we cannot communicate. Pass it on, not yet gone, and we ain't making nothing great if we cannot communicate. Pass it on and on and on. Tearing down the walls, listen to each other.
All right, guys, we are back. So we have our lobby set up. It looks like the Flood had to sub in 2 players, so they have Loganator and Left Thumb joining in to play. So we're gonna go observer right now and get this game started up. So let's get right into it. Zach, any thoughts on this upcoming series? Refuge capture the flag?
I think
Oh,
it's gonna be a good match to watch.
I think I put the
Um,
wrong game type on now that I say that. So, go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Definitely looking out for Left Thumb. I know he's a movement wizard, so definitely looking forward to seeing what he can do on this jungle gym of a map.
Definitely. Yeah. So we do need to, this is going to be a false start. We need to put it on time return. That's my mistake. So we'll go ahead and get that fixed. Anybody that you want to start the series off with, Zach, while we're
Capture the flag.
getting this?
Let's start off with Nightmare. I'm actually curious to see what he does off the rip.
All right. So Nightmare. That sounds good. All right, loading back in. So we're starting off with Nightmare. Sounds good. You want to make a prediction on this series, Zach, before it gets underway?
I don't have a prediction yet. I'm still
Okay.
waiting on it. Since it's all subbed in, I don't really have a full analysis yet.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to give my prediction. I don't want to ruin it for the viewers because I think I know what's gonna happen, but. Alright, I'm moving over to Nightmare, and he's going straight after Rockets. Gets him for free. Gets the kill on Logan. Ooh, taken down. Alright, so I'm on board with Glitchy right now. Glitchy trying to stay alive.
Looks like 3 people are
Gets taken
collapsing in
down.
on him. Cleaning out their base. Alright, looks like.
Yep.
Go to depth real quick. Got sniped.
Alright.
Oh,
Depth goes
speed up.
down.
After
I'm on with Simply Fear Me. Simply Fear Me with the kill. And looking to stop this flag run dead. I think he's successful at doing that.
We returned our flag.
Going ring 3, getting a kill. See someone else on his radar. Believe that's... Oh, goes down finally. Trying to see who that... was trying to see who that player was in the rocks that has the sniper. Oh, it's Dylan, it was Sweaty Rookie.
We returned our flag. Protect our carrier.
Alright, so we're on with Logan right now. Flood doing a good job applying pressure to Flawless Cowboys, see if they can keep this up.
Under the flag. You've been spotted.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Logan
Nice
almost
job,
wins
buddy.
that battle against Fear.
Nice. Sweaty Rookie gets the touch on the flag.
Double kill.
Looks like Sean's gonna pick up tonight.
We have our flag.
Nightmare.
Enemy carrier's been marked.
Misses. Nightmare missed that snipe, that was crucial.
Our flag's been taken. We found their carrier.
Sweaty Rookie gets another touch. Now Nightmare needs to...
Oh, the rocket cleans him up.
Oof.
There.
Yeah, this is looking like might be a cap for Flood. I'm on with Left Thumb. Let's watch and see if he can run this in.
Yeah, easy cap.
Flag capture.
Nice job by the Flood there.
trying to rush back in the ring, get control of this. One guy, they're a yard right now. Looks like they're bottom.
I'm on with the X-Evade. X-Evade's getting it flanked. Spear with the pull out. X-Evade gets the kill on the Logan, looking for more to help him run this flag.
Rushing in.
Flutter overextending to stop this. Let's go on with whoever is closest to the flag. Spear went down. Someone just picked it up. Glitchy's running this in.
About to cap it. Taking his time to get his shields. And secures that cap. Nice. 1 now.
Excellent cap from Glitchy there.
Like X-Evade and oh yeah, X-Evade. That nasty snap right there.
Nice. I'm on with Glitchy right now. He has the sniper.
He got called out.
Wallace Cowboy looks like they're getting on the same page as each other now. They were looking a little disorganized at the start of the game there, but now they seem coordinated. Yep.
He's got all the snipe ammo. He's power position. Like all the enemy teams on next to him now.
Let's see who's running this flag. Let's go on with Nightmare. He's running the flag in right now. Oh, gets taken down by a rocket from left thumb out of nowhere. But they still are able to put the flag in. Nice kill from Glitchy. Oh, Fear gets away. This could be the final flag cap coming. Yeah.
They got the 3-man setup right there.
Let's go on with Fear and see what he can do with this flag cap.
Deliver the flag.
And he's running it in, and that's game 1.
Victory.
Alright, so good job from the Flood that game, getting the first flag cap, but then Flawless Cowboy seemed like they got on the same page as each other, and they just came back and answered with 3 flag caps of their own. Any thoughts on that last series, Zach?
I definitely thought it was good. You know, 1-to-1 ratio was good at the start. But they kind of, you know, like you said, they connected. They synced up in a sense and kind of got those last 2 caps underway pretty fast.
Absolutely. Have you ever played against anybody from Flawless Cowboy other than Simply Fear Me? Because I've never. I know Nightmare. I never knew about these players Glitchy and X-Evade before. So Truth Slayer.
Yeah, Glitchy was definitely getting some nice snipes. I was watching him when he had it. Like their damage on that team is all pretty good. Everything above 1200.
All right, so we are loading into our second game with it, which is Truth Slayer. See if the Flood can answer back.
Slayer.
All right, who we starting off with this series?
Let's go with Left Thumb.
Yeah, it's good. He has good starting strats for the invis. Let's see what he does. Alright, I'm on with Left Thumb.
I like kind of slow play. Does everybody...
Oh, Fear!
Did he burn it?
Yeah, somebody went for the burn and that allowed Fear to get the beat down.
He burned it at what, like 46?
Yeah. I'm on with Simply Fear Me right now.
They got a good car set up here. Dead. hit by the teammate, it looks like. Maybe car one.
Depth taking down Simple Pyramid there.
Oh, nice dub. Going to depth.
Yep.
Behind,
I'm on with Depths.
on here, clean it up. It's the cleanup. Watch it for two.
I'm on with Left Thumb right now. Left Thumb with a nice kill on Simply Fear Me, then gets taken down by Glitchy. Moving over to Excavate. Pushing car side. It is 13-14, 5. Flawless Cowboy are leading this series against the Flood.
Excavate's trying to get top mid control. They went down and almost hit that thing.
Oh,
Nice.
pretty much a ninja by Excavate. Excavate doing a good job monkeying around top mid. Finally gets taken down. I'm on with Depths right now.
10 seconds. See what the play is. It looks like Nightmare is kind of trying to clean out red. We have Glitchy ready for the camo. Camo.
Yep, okay, so we're on with Glitchy right now. Oh! Glitchy missing some shots and gets the back smack from Logan. I'm on with Left Thumb. Pushing P2.
Let's get that cleanup.
Oh, Left Thumb going down. Nice kill from Glitchy. Moving over to Sweaty Rookie. Sweaty Rookie losing that fight. Moving over to Simply Fear Me. Whoa.
Shots. Guy that caught me that cleaned him up.
Sweaty Rookie cleaned up Simply Fear Me there. Activated, looks like he has a flank. Gets the kill on the Left Thumb, he's looking for more. Gets the double kill. Can he make it a triple?
That new combo kill.
Knows he has a player trapped here. If he can fish him out. Alright, so Flawless Cowboy doubling, more than doubling the lead at this point in the game. Kind of curious.
Now. I actually like this play, but the flank did not work out for him.
Yep. Alright, I'm on with Nightmare right now. He has camo. Kind of curious what happened to Nikolai tonight because I don't know. I didn't hear anything from him this week or any news why he's missing this match. Yep, I'm on board with Glitchy now. But they're doing a good job battling back right now, not getting staked. Logan pushing P1. Did he see that player jump top mid? Not sure. Maybe he's just being very careful not to fire. Nice job from Logan to stay alive here. Nice from Logan. And still laying shots down. But it pulled the lead back to 10.
Get out.
Distraction.
Trying to get those last 4 kills.
Yep. So they're still down by 9, it looks like. This would be a miraculous comeback if they were able to do it. Nice kill from Rookie. Gets glitchy. Oh, but gets the back smack from Fear. Anybody have camo? Yes, let's go on with Depths. He has camo.
Got like perfect camera right here. Aw.
Alright, so that game ends before Depths could do any damage with that camo, so let's see what our third game is for this night. It's gonna be Eden Oddball. Let's take a look at the stats for a little bit here. So Simply Fear Me leading the kills with 18, going 18 and 11. Depths 14 and 9. And then Sweaty Rookie laying down massive amounts of damage for the Flood. Putting in work there.
Yeah. Massive damage. Awesome accuracy. Putting down shots.
Absolutely. Okay, so Eden Oddball it is for the game 3. That is the question. Can we see a reverse sweep? And why not be reckless, actually? I heard him say this first. But you can't have a reverse sweep without going down 2-0. So,
Exactly.
let's see if it can happen. Alright, so let's start out with, I think we've done 2 with blue team, so let's go with Glitchy this time. Let's start out with him. See what. Actually, I want to see what Simply Fear Me does off the rep. Let's see how he likes to start out.
All right.
New ball.
All right, so Simply Fear Me pushing security. Gonna make a play for this green gun here.
No.
Whoa!
Awesome snipe.
Nice snipe from Depth.
Like Excavated now has sniper.
Enemy has the ball.
Got possible kill for it. Trying to flank outside.
We have the ball.
Ball spawn.
I'm on with Simply Fear Me right now. He has a ball. See how he plays this.
Ball holder.
Definitely have the red base set up.
Yep. Simply Fear Me spring jumping around, getting set up in red base, getting situated. Drops the ball and opts to go look for a play, but gets caught out and goes down to Sweaty
We have the
Rookie.
ball.
I'm on with Depths.
Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
Depths does a good job there staying alive.
Contact. Excavate. Up. Just look in. Battle it out right now.
Ball kill.
Nice kill from Nightmare. He can't get the play to throw it over, so
We
looks
have
like,
the ball.
who is this? Depths comes over, picks up the ball for his team, and is trying to bring them back into this. 14 to 41 right now. Wallace Cowboys leading. Yep, and see
Nice
who
nade.
picks
We
this up.
have the ball.
Did not see who got the burn there on Overshield. Nice kill from Nightmare. I'm on with Nightmare. Let's go on with Nightmare. He's pushing ball.
You have the ball.
Flawless Cowboy back in control of the oddball and getting set up in blue base.
Ball holding.
Zach, what do the Flood need to do to start bringing themselves back into this game?
It's
Enemy has the
a
ball.
lot of like exterior flanking, like not people like complete game. Classified
Ball holding.
like definitely need to be playing a little bit.
Ball keeper.
I think your mic was cutting out on me there. I didn't catch all that you said, but hopefully stream could hear that.
Sorry about that. Is that any better?
Yeah, that's better.
Awesome. Yeah, their cleanup skills are good. Their pushes are. You know, they need to categorize like when they're going to be pushing together to try to take down
Enemy
setups.
has the ball.
Like that blue top spawn setup was ideal, but you know, it stopped quickly. There's so many entrances and so many ways to get out and mana setups in this game.
It's hard to say like what's the best way.
Ball drop.
Well, whatever the Flood have been doing in the meantime, while you've been
Yeah.
talking, they have brought themselves back into the game. So it looks like maybe they're listening to the stream and they took your advice.
Yeah, it's reverse.
We have the ball.
Still possible. Oh, Nightmare cleaned it up.
Overshield's coming up. I'm gonna start looking. Oh, it looks like someone from the Flood just grabbed Overshield. Was it burned? Yeah, I don't see it.
Like depths have it. The overshield. Oh, and the ball looks like he tries to toss that map.
Play
Gets
from
burned.
depths.
Ball incoming. New ball.
No, let's go to Glitchy.
We have the ball.
Glitchy picking up the ball. Looking for this player, bottom red, but
Oh, got the mouth for a
people
second.
away from him.
Ball drop.
Nice kill from
We have the ball.
Glitchy. Okay, so Flawless Cowboy back in control.
Way to victory.
They have a
That guy on his
15-point lead.
radar. One of them.
You have the ball. You have the ball. Wingman. Ball drop. You have the ball.
Looks like they're opting for this
Ball drop.
red hold.
You have the ball. You have the ball.
Glitchy taking down left thumb and getting back into the spot, but getting pushed by three Flood players and gets taken down. Alright, so it looks like Flawless Cowboy came out on top in that situation. And they're back in control again.
Oh, off the map with the ball. That's
Ball incoming.
Oh, did he
one to see.
slip?
Yeah, he slipped.
New ball.
Yeah, quite the slippery slope with the ball.
Alright, I'm on board with Deps. Deps waiting on this overshield and it
540.
finally goes into the hands of the Flood. Yep, 540 was the time.
Enemy has the ball.
Deps almost getting back smacked here.
Nightmare's looking for that kill. The sneaky right there.
Ball drop.
Nice. Rookie getting the double Hydra kill.
Alright, we are on with Nightmare. Let's see what he can do. Pushing red base.
5 minutes remain.
Nightmare
Ball
gets
drop.
taken down.
Ball out of bounds. Ball incoming. New ball.
Flood only down 40 points. They can bring themselves back into the game. They need to make sure they slay before they go for the grab here. Oh, Logan, yeah, nice kill onto Nightmare. He helped out. He didn't get the kill, but almost. Logan doing some damage for the Flood right now. Oh, nice hit from Logan. Finally goes down from Exavade. And in the meantime, Flood coming back, pulling the game within 12 points. It looks like they're trapped here in blue base, so just as they come back, they're now Flawless Cowboys pulling the lead back.
Ball holder.
I believe overshield 10 seconds. We have pretty soon.
Yep, 6 seconds.
Curious to
Good
see
call.
which team makes use of that coming up. Got about 15 seconds left to win the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know, they got to make a breaking decision to get overshield and try to push in or stop
Yep.
that all time.
yeah, and it's gonna be really hard for them now that they have Overshield and Noob combo. So Glitchy making a nice play there, but Left Thumb making a great play there, getting the stick on the Glitchy. I'm on with Exavade right now.
We have the ball.
Alright, watching for that bottom push. Cleans up Logan. Hoping to get that last 7 seconds.
Enemy has the ball.
Yep, on the ball right now.
Distraction. Ball drop.
If they can get a red setup this
Enemy
late in the
has the
game,
ball.
it'd be nice.
Yep, let's go on with Nightmare. He has sniper rifle right now.
We have the ball.
Clean up.
Enemy has the
And 3 seconds and it'll be game, but somebody just got a nice back smack there. I think it was
Enemy
Sweaty
has the
Rookie.
ball. Enemy has the ball.
Nightmare makes sure he shoots off all that snipe ammo.
Ball.
And looking like he's going to be able to close out the game here and the series. So that's a 3-0 series going to Flawless Cowboy. They have yet to drop a map in the league. Any thoughts on that series, Zach? What did you think?
Well, I think their name, Flawless Cowboy, is definitely fitting. They definitely pulled through on top and clutched it out, man. They constantly had the aggression, the damage down, and OBJ.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, my final thoughts on this. This would have been a much better series if uh, all of the Flood had showed up tonight. So I was a little bit disappointed there. I mean, I would have liked to see Nikolai and who's their other riskier or even too heavy. If they had any combination of those 3 players, we would have saw a really scrappy series here. But that's just part of being on a team and how the schedule works out sometimes. So yeah, that's that. Good series from both teams. Thank you guys. Zach, thank you for casting with us tonight. So for next any final words, Zach, before I move on?
Should be good. Thank you
Alright.
for having me cast.
Yeah, definitely. It was a big help having you on. We appreciate it. So next series is going to be casted by someone who is a pretty big deal. If you asked him yourself, he would tell you he's a very big deal. It's going to be Why Not Be Reckless, casting with Loganator for the next match. So I'm done for the night, but I will be watching. So next series is going to be, do we have a schedule we can throw in? So next series is going to be the Maw, who's number 3 right now, facing off against Fohammer, who is seated at number 2. So this is really going to be a good matchup. Hopefully, all the Division One teams have all of their Division One players showing up, so this can be as good a series as possible. Can we take a look at the standings and show everyone the standings so we can just take a look at that before the next series? Yep, so there you go. Fohammer number 2 and the Maw number 3. So yep. This is going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to it. So we are going to be back, guys, in 13 minutes at 11 o'clock. So we're going to go ahead and take a break now and get this next series, get this next lobby set up. So we'll be right back. Stay with us. All right, guys, we are back live. So we are getting set up for this next series still. Have all of our players here still working on getting Why Not into the broadcast. So I'll go ahead and kick off the stream with or kick off the series with an introduction. So, like we said before, we have the Maw going up against Fohammer. It's our 11 p.m. Division One matchup for tonight. Let's go ahead and review the rosters, refresh our memory on what players are on each team. So for the Maw, all right. So for the Maw, we have Beastish, a Sunny Shadow, Will Mannon, and Yaddy T. And as usual, Lad Critical is going to be subbing in for Will Mannon. So that is your Maw roster. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Fohammer roster. All right, so on Fohammer, Athropex, Bards, Siege, and Monsters. I see Athropex in the lobby. Is that it? Oh, Bards. So we have Athropex and Bards so far. So we'll see if those other players are going to show up. What I'm gonna do right now, though, is we'll go to a break. We will start up the 15-minute courtesy timer, and we will finish getting this match set up. So we'll be right back.
Ecstasy. Ecstasy.
Ecstasy is a street name for the drug methylene deoxymethamphetamine, MDMA, an amphetamine-based synthetic drug with euphoric effect. Stimulant drugs speed up the messages between the brain and the body and can make a person feel more awake, alert, confident, or energetic. Tick, 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 or energetic. Tick, 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 ecstasy. Ecstasy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. This is Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Casting It. Kind of a freaking big deal. If you don't know, now you know. And this is your North American Halo League week number 4. Man, am I excited to be here. I'm actually joined to you guys by one of the greatest in the business. That's LL Loganator. There's 2 L's in there because he just doesn't take any. He hands them out.
Oh yeah, that's what I love to hear. I think we've got a great matchup right now. I believe it's 2 of the higher placing teams in this league, maybe second and third. We have the Maw, and we have the Maw, and this team has Lad Critical subbing in from D2, and it has Sunny Shadow, Beastish, and Yaddy T up in here right now. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Lad setting up right now. And then
It's a critical
we've
backup
got
break
that
coming in.
team. That team is playing against Foehammer today. They've got Athropex, Bards, Siege, and Monsters, but Monsters will not be here today. And he is being subbed in by... Who's subbing in for Monsters? Ravager. So Ravager coming in there, filling in for the D1 team. You know, what do you think of this matchup? Why not?
I'm actually definitely loving this this matchup that we're seeing right here. You have the chemistry coming out of the red team, you know, with Sunny Shadow, Beastish, and Yachty T. These guys have been teaming together for a long time. They play consistently. I'm loving what they're probably going to bring into the table. And then the firepower that Siege and Bards brings to any given situation. Like, just Siege and Bards have the ability to drop 40 kills in any given moment. So it's one of those like just clear cut matchups where can they outgame? Will they get out teamwork, or will the firepower just be too much coming out of Bards and Siege? We're going to find out real soon because we're starting on the Rig Strongholds.
Oh yeah, for sure. We've also got Athropex and Ravager on the same team. The matchmaking duo queuing together 24 hours a day, 25 hours a day, honestly. You know, I just love to see what they can bring to the table right here.
All right. So I'm probably going to get started pretty soon now. Actually,
Yeah, for sure. Yep. You see this first match right here, we have Rig Stronghold, second match Plaza Slayer, Fisher Oddball, and then if we get to these 4th and 5th games, we'll have Fathom CTF and Regret Slayer. You know, this is Stronghold's game. I have my bets on Lad Critical's team. I think that the firepower brought here by Bards will be great, but I think that'll take over in the Slayer game types, but we'll see.
Yeah, are we actually watching somebody's screen observer, or we're watching our own screens?
We're watching our own screens, but
I
just let me know who you're watching.
Yeah, you know what? We actually just talked about Bards, so we might as well start. We actually might as well hop on board with Bards. The man's actually a slaying legend and whatnot. It's not just the slaying clown, not just the slaying ability he brings in, but the assault rifles in here. Let's go!
Oh
and
my
Athropex
God.
just equipment that assault rifle all over the place, and we're gonna have ourselves a nice little tie here.
No, that's just what it looks like when you're observing.
My
How
God.
did Mark say to fix this? You just leave the lobby and come back? Alright. Alright.
You gotta give us a little bit of a break, guys. This is Halo 5. You already know it's gonna be a bunch of problems. Come on now. It ain't working perfect, but we love it.
Indeed. Alright, let's go back to that observer. And you think that'll do the trick, Biggie?
If you want to change the game mode to change it back, that might help it too.
Yeah, I could do that. You want me to do that?
And in case you guys don't know, I do have a player bio on actual Athropex, the 23-year-old coming out of Michigan. The man loves Halo, but one thing he loves more than that is actually mountain biking. The man just does mountain bike all over the place, and his favorite hobby is fat kidding Apollo.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he wrote that down. I'm not even joking. Yo, I am never online. What is up, bro? He actually popped in my stream, and I just copied and pasted to come here.
All right, looks like we do have this game type set up. You know, We've got Mark and I am never online in the chat. You know, you should get online sometime soon, dude.
You got to be on the interwebs. Come on now. What are you doing? What are you doing? 2020 and you're not online? What, you got a flip phone? You disgust me. But yeah, I'm really excited about the Rig Strongholds. Actually, we actually just finished playing the Rig Strongholds and just got a nice little lesson on just controlling carbine and controlling white cord. It's really hard for players to sit back and almost stop pushing. Sometimes Halo 5 is so conducive to just flying at people, but on a map like Strongholds Rig, you really got to hold it down. So carbine, white corner, put down shots and stay alive.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm taking a look at Bars here off the start. Bars just rotating around, trying to play his life over on that sneaky, but he will be taken out. Let's take a look at After Effects off the start here.
Just you said After Effects get hit, but he gets a hit mark. He's like, where did that come from? Making his way over towards the white corner side of things. He gets a nice little flank off piece, ends up taking it out, and he's gonna challenge. He's challenging Yachty. He's losing that battle, but I'm loving the confidence. I am loving the confidence.
I'm loving it too, but Yachty is able to pull away with that kill as he does it. Camo and red will go up with those slays, but blue team really keeping these car spawns right here and keeping the basement in nest control.
Absolutely, I'm not dropping up on you right now. He's putting some great shots on Bars. Bars doing the best he can to defend nest, and here comes the cavalry. Siege flies in there, takes him out white corner. Bars goes down, and we have 2 caps in favor of the blue team, but red team has all the momentum on their side.
Indeed. Let's take a look at Yachty T. Yachty T being taken out. Red team is 3 down right now. We can take a look at Monstas, the player who just came in, filling in for that player who had to leave as Monstas got back on.
That's a good call right there. Monsters putting in some absolute work and taking out Beasties right there. Good. Not before getting taken out by Sunny Shadow, but again, I'm loving the challenging. I'm loving it. But as of right now, it looks like so far this Strongholds game has been kind of a little bit too scrappy for my opinion. I want to see these teams start to move together, play together. It feels like they're trying to scrap for time, scrap for their lives, and nothing's being put in a cohesive fashion, if you will.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think this series will look completely different than what we initially predicted because of the fact that Monstas is back and Monstas is here for this blue team. He was not here before, but now they've got their full D1 firepower, I believe. I love it.
Absolutely. I'm actually right now I'm on board with Siege, who's making his way over towards Engine 2, and I'm loving this. We have a 3-man push towards Engine 2 together, and while Red Team is actually 3-man pushing towards Yellow Corner, we're gonna see who ends up winning this. Monster gets the first kill, taking out Yachty T. Siege is firing off these railguns. He wants to kill. He wants to kill man.
He does, and we can see blue team really keeping these car spawns right here, trying to slay out. He's just looking for that pick with the railgun, not able to finish it off, but he is able to kill Camo.
That was Camo. Wasn't taking a cap. I believe that Camo picked up around maybe 37 minutes. But pay attention to that. Siege takes another head right there, taking out LAD critical. Just goes down. Enjoyed that black screen. You're gonna see it for the next 6 seconds, buddy.
Oh yeah, for sure. We've got Siege right here. This blue team really trying to take back those car spawns, but they will end up prioritizing the PR base while they get these slays. But you know, blue team, they're just dominating this red team right now. Let's look at the slays right now. Blue team just outslaying red team pretty heavily. You know, Yachty T sort of keeping up with those slays, but Siege is popping off.
Absolutely, about 9 minutes worth of gameplay right now with a 48-5 lead. As you said, I mean, when you're winning in slays that bad, it's kind of hard to not be winning in the objective department. You can't take objectives if you're not alive, Logan. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I completely agree. Siege coming back here. I'm taking a look at Siege right now. Just Siege, he's making nice rotations around the map, making sure he keeps those car spawns and then helping his teammate out in basement. I love what I'm seeing here from Siege.
Absolutely, looks like he's gonna end up being the first man in double digits. That part's gonna get killed right there. He's actually chased down on connector. Ed's gonna take it out. Now we have a 3-man push towards basement. Red team's looking good right now. They are looking good.
For sure. We've got red team right now. Red team is up with a 58 now point lead. This is insane right at the start of the game. I don't know if red team can bring this back.
You know what? I mean, Strongholds is a real interesting game type. It's not like domination on Call of Duty. And if you're putting points on the board, the other team is not. So they're getting stalemated where they are. Where like with domination, you know, you're putting up points higher if you have those 2 points that both have on all three. In Strongholds, you literally, if you have 2 caps, you are literally stopping the point counter on other teams. So you know what? Anything's possible. You can see a 99-10 comeback really if the team is playing perfect Halo. Now, how often does that happen,
sure.
Logan? How often does that happen?
I've seen it once or twice in matchmaking, never in a game, organized game like this. But you know, let's take a look at Bars right now with the power weapon, the railgun. As I say it, he does stay alive in Tower 1. Love to see it here from Bards.
And look at that, as soon as Blue Team gets a cap, they get rotated almost instantly, staying at the 64-point mark. Red Team's playing incredible right now. Where was this at the beginning of the game? They actually have put on literally 17 uncontested points right now, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it.
I'm loving it too, you know. Who do you want to take a look at right now? Let's take a look at this Red Team, you know, someone we haven't looked at yet. You know, Sunny Shadow getting this pick over on the drill plat. I think he'll be able to stay alive and, you know, try to make a play for this carbine spawn, maybe Nestor basement.
But not before taking out Siege right there with some great shots. And I feel like he feels the player on carbine. Too bad he doesn't have the outlines like we have right now. Now he's to make his way over towards basement, takes out that one-shot player, and ends up running into 2 or 3. And again, that's what, and I'm loving this actually.
Yeah.
We were talking about the teamwork on the Red Team, but I'm loving the fact that Blue Team makes a call out and they just collapse on it instantly. There's like one call out gets made and you have 2 or 3 players just flying on. I'm loving the way Blue Team is playing right now, and they have a 76-32 lead.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, I love what you were saying about the firepower of this Blue Team before the game. And, you know, they're just really combining that firepower with just their teamwork, their team shots, just on every single player they're calling out. As you said, getting 2 or 3 players looking at it. It's hard to beat if you're Red Team. And as you see, the railgun just came up. Let's take a look at Beastish handling this railgun. Oh, he gets back.
Just as we were complimenting the Blue Team, look at Red Team coming back, dropping the trip cap now. That means they're going to be earning 2 points per second, and they're going to know exactly what Blue Team is going for because he needs to go for 1 point. 5 minutes, 30 seconds worth of gameplay, so probably camouflage coming up. And again, momentum right back on side the Red Team. They can come back right here, right now.
Indeed they could, and we've got Sunny Shadow right here with the railgun. He does it. Every time I call someone out with the railgun, they're getting taken out, you know. I think I might be jinxing them.
It just might be. And actually, we're gonna hop on board with Bards right now, who has the camouflage, making his way over towards the old camo side of things. Actually has a player in front of him who actually sneaks past him somehow. Bards trying to play slow with that camo. He doesn't want to die with it, but this player, Beastis is just so annoying. He refuses to die, Logan. He refuses to die.
You know, Lad Critical really gonna try to make a play with this railgun right here on camo. I don't think he can do it. Great play by Bards right there, but you know, just gotta play his life here with this camo. He's got a lot of time left.
And look at that. What once was a 64-10 lead, Logan, has quickly been dwindled down to 79-68. Red Team's looking like they're about to take a lead in this game, and they don't want to turn back. They're right off a spawn and head towards engine 2. Blue Team has camouflage. They had the slays. They actually had 2 or 3 down right there, but they just now were deciding to put points on the board. They need to play faster. Need to get on those bases. They need to be slaying near them. Basement goes right back in control of Red Team right now. And again, right, momentum going right back in favor of this Red Team squad. Teamwork makes the dream work, Logan.
I completely agree. And you know, at the start of this game, I think what we were seeing, the difference maker in this game, I think the difference maker is Beastish. At the start of the game, he was still getting warmed up. He wasn't really quite hitting his shots and making the right plays, but Beastish has just been popping off since then. With 15 kills, he was one of the lowest kill players towards the start of the game. He's just a completely different monster than what we saw in those first few minutes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The vocal leader, the slang leader, there's almost nothing that Beastish doesn't do. A free-for-all 4v4s, it just doesn't matter. Look at Anthem just fly in basement. What are you gonna do by yourself, Anthem? What are you gonna do against those 3 players? I don't like that play whatsoever. Camouflage probably coming up with 3 minutes and 40 seconds from the gameplay. Lead going back in favor of the Red Team right now, and Beastish just doing Beastish. Actually, shoot, I apologize. Actually, Blue Team was able to put 2 points on the board, so now they're in time. Red Team should not have done all this work and not come back and win this game. I'll be so mad, Logan.
You know, Red Team was just really working for that carbine spawn, but they ended up getting outslayed, and then Blue Team's really able to take that car spawn and take that nest in basement. But Blue Team getting the Bar's getting the double melee on Beastish. If
You know what? He got that double melee. He ended up getting the double kill right there. But let me tell you, there was 2 players that were in basement. I'm loving what Beastish did to put that pressure on white corner and stop Bards from getting in there. Bards was gonna get that double kill regardless, but Beastish having the awareness to stop him white corner and make him one shot literally stopped that whole push. But just I say that 2 points back here with the blue team. They're about to that 97 point.
You know, is it possible? Oh, once he drops for that, I don't know.
Aftermax touchdown. It didn't matter. Aftermax got that double kill right there to stop the 90s. Wow, that was pretty impressive. I mean, like you said, he didn't drop. He maybe could have got and finished Nest, but there was a player coming up behind him regardless. I think it was going to go down. Great job by the blue team. Obviously, they played incredibly well throughout the start of that game, but man, I'm still kind of impressed by this red team squad. That comeback was fairly impressive. I think it was fairly impressive.
That comeback was phenomenal. And if we take a look at these stats right now, you know, I just love what I'm seeing from Beastish. 3,100 damage here from Beastish. The second most being 2,800. You know, not much more you can ask from him in that red team. And then we've got Bards with a 9.0 KDA, putting down the damage for blue team. Just that firepower of the blue team and the teamwork at the start of the game. I don't know if red could really pull back from that.
Absolutely, and you know what's his game 2? The game number 2 is probably going to be a Slayer, which I mean, I got to give it to my blue team squad here. I think they have a little bit of advantage of it when it comes to Slayer, but you know what? Again, teamwork can come out and prevail. And mind you, I think you said before, is Critical actually this Division 1 starter, or is he a reserve?
He is a D2 player, I believe. So he is coming.
So he's stepping up. So imagine what the squad would look like if they had whoever that Division 1 starter would be. We'd probably be talking a lot different. What happened to that red team? Because blue team literally almost throwing away the game right there. I would have to say if maybe they had the Division 1 starter, maybe they could have capitalized on that comeback right there. But either way, going into Plaza Slayer. And by the way, guys, if NAHL wasn't already doing great things for the community, I'll tell you somebody who's doing it so right now. That's Fireboy. Actually, Fireboy is gonna be giving away a grassroots code. That's gonna be for the Halo 5 VR skin and the MCC nameplate. So it doesn't matter what exactly. It doesn't matter exactly which game you play. Whether if you're a Halo fan, you got a little bit something regardless. Provided by Div360. It's at Div360, working for 343, formerly of Microsoft. But yeah, it's Fireboy doing that giveaway. The code provided by Div360 and proudly supported by North American Halo League.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love what Fireboy's doing there. And we are getting this lobby set up. It is Slayer on Plaza. What do you think about this matchup?
I'm a big fan of Plaza. I think Plaza is definitely a map that it's punishing. And I think the better team usually ends up winning if you're able to control those spawns and make your opponent spawn bottom hotel or bottom nest. You're able to rain down those nades, rain down those shots, look down on your opponent. It becomes very frustrating for whoever's on the receiving end of that spawn trap. And obviously you have the overshield that you can control the whole time. If you can obviously, if Sunny Shadow might just grab a sniper and just pop off at any given moment. But in my opinion, I would say strong overshield's more important, and not getting spawn trapped on that bottom nest or bottom hotel side. Sniper's great, but those two are really important.
You know, for sure. And Plaza's really one of those maps, or maybe the map that people are most familiar with, being the main ones map, one of the main twos maps, and it's been out since launch in 4s. Just everyone's so familiar with this map. Let's take a look at Beastish off the start, the pop-off player of Red Team.
Absolutely, I drop on board with Beastish right now as he slides in and grabs that overshield. Are you kidding me, Josh? Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, great job by Beastish right there.
Immediately going top goal with that overshield. That's what we want to do. Grab a power get the most important part of the map, top goal. Now transition to top mid. Gonna chase down this player. Nest doesn't know that player spawns bottom nest. Ends up lifting up to great shots. Now they're getting tracked bottom nest a little bit. Antoine getting a good kill. Good kill right there, taking out Yachty T. But Beastish is just raining hell with this overshield and now sniper right on top.
Oh yeah, for sure. The overshield does end up running out, but Beastish is just gonna try to play his life here with the sniper, get back into team territory and influence those spawns.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm like, well, I mean, I like the fact that Beastish immediately brought that that sniper over towards the top glass side of things, so he knows. Obviously, the blue team's not gonna spawn behind them. I think that's really good. They're gonna be forced either that bottom blue ramp, that bottom nest possibly. But his teammates need to play a little bit more up. We're kind of huddled in yard right now, Logan. Is there a party in yard? Is there? Was I not invited?
There is a yard party right now. This is a backyard party. Blue is just flying around right here, but Beastish is going to be taken out. Lots of ruckus happening over there at the party.
Lots of party fouls happening because Beastish dropped the sniper rifle. You don't drop the beer and you don't drop the sniper rifle. That's a party foul. 10-8 lead in favor of the blue team squad. Yachty T putting some great shots on Monster, taking him out on bottom U-turn. Now let's try to get that play on S4, doing the best he can, gonna stay alive. I'm loving what Yachty T does for this team. He's the anchor point. He's the player that's controlling those spawns, backing up the Slayers. Again, Yachty T brings so much smarts and control, and as of right now, he's 6-4 for his team.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you say he's an anchor and backing up those Slayers, but Yachty T, he's anchoring and just doing everything for his team right now. He's 6-4, maybe no assists, but just finishing all those kills and listening to pause. And as I say, the perfect on bars. Great job there by Yachty T.
And I think we drop on board with Monster right now because he actually just grabbed the overshield at that 45 mark right there. But he's letting Sunny Shadow getting 3 melees on him, taking out that entire overshield. Monster wasn't able to keep up with Sunny Shadow's smooth operator movement, man. That was beautiful.
Yeah, great shots there by Monster, just flying in and finishing off that kill over there on that bottom nest. Love to see it. And then we'll see all the red players spawning in here over on blue. Monster's gonna try to pick off that player top blue window, but he's gonna have to play his life.
And I love Monster. You can tell Monster watched a lot of film review. His situational awareness was absolutely amazing. He noted that he had CJ on top gold, and what he immediately did was immediately push top mid, creating that L, that right angle almost right there, so he can look down his opponents, they can watch and they can watch each other's back. That situational awareness that he must be watching film review to almost fix his own gameplay, so he's able to make a play like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then we also see blue team right here. Blue team just collapsing on those spawns. Not really collapsing on it, but just influencing those spawns so well, and they know exactly where red team is. All in yard. I love what I'm seeing here from blue team. And the score may not show domination, but they've really got red team trapped in this corner right here.
Absolutely, and Monster actually still has not died. We're about to go down right now, but notice how long we were talking about that life right there. He was able to clamber up from bottom mid to top mid, literally 2 or 3 times. Almost got a hard target. 22-20 lead in favor of the red team squad. But if blue team keeps playing the way they're playing right now, they might just come back. They might just come back.
Yeah, let's take a look at Lad Critical right here. The D2 player stepping up. We haven't seen much from him today. With the new combo, walking around this map. I love what I'm seeing from him here so far.
Absolutely, has that type of pistol charging up on that top dip side of things. He's little by himself. Luckily, his teammates are starting to finally funnel over towards bottom mid, funnel over towards green stairs. Hopefully, I wish we would have got to this a little bit quicker, but obviously they got a respawn timer. Come on, guys. Custom's about to be up at 45. I wonder which players are gonna end up getting that. Which teams are gonna notice it right now. We're seeing the blue team start to make their way over towards posters, but not towards the overshield. They're collapsing on bottom glass, but they don't know overshield's up.
Yeah, they don't know overshield's up, and then who is that right there? Someone on red team just ends up flying in and grabbing it unnoticed. Great job there by Yachty T being aware and knowing exactly when that overshield would be up.
I am not. See, this is the reason why the blue team was almost throws away games in that middle game, that late game and whatnot. It's little stuff like that. You maybe need a coach or something in the party controlling those times and letting you know you can't have posters control and green stairs control and not get the overshield. I'm very upset by that. I'm loving the aggression that they were collapsing that one player. I'm loving what they were doing. But again, you have poster control, but you don't know the overshield's coming up. And even if you don't know the exact timing, it's the 7-minute mark. So you should, in your internal clock, you should be saying to yourself, okay, from somewhere between 39 and 44, you know, and that 7-minute mark. You gotta, even if you don't know the exact time, you need to be somewhat aware of that. Not very happy about that blue team squad. Hopefully they step up.
Yeah, for sure. And we see that grab on overshield brought them up from that 1-point deficit, and now they are up 3. Great job there by red team and Yachty T. I'm looking at Yachty T right now. He's just running around over here on Tram, playing his life over here. I love what I'm seeing, these rotations by this red team.
I just switched to Yachty T and he ends up going down. So you know what? Why don't we hop on board with Lad Critical again? Like you said before, he's stepping up from Division 1, stepping up in a great way as he plasma pistols Atropec, makes him one shot, finishing off with that grenade. Fantastic work by him. He's 9 and 7. You say, hey, I'm not no Division 2 scrub, okay? I could beat Division 1 if I wanted to. You're just sleeping on me.
Exactly. Lad Critical showing all these players why he should be Division 1 and why he's just not a matchmaking grinder, and that's why he didn't make it up there in that draft. But I love what I'm seeing from him here today. And let's take a look at Sunny Shadow. We haven't looked at him too much this game. Oh, I jinxed him again.
It jinxed him again. Come on now. I'm gonna hop over with a player. Actually, hold on. He's actually making this with overshield, but ends up getting the burn on that blue player that slid in there. 5 minutes 24 seconds worth of gameplay. 38 to 36 right now in favor of the red team, but it's anybody's game at this point. We're reaching crunch time, and at this point, it's all about who wants it more, Logan. Forget the strats. It's who wants it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And these are the 2nd and 3rd seeded teams in this league right now. Just great job by both of these teams. And we see a D2 player stepping up on this red team, and they're still keeping it within 2 points and a Plaza Slayer. Lad Critical could really be a D1 player right now, and I wonder what we'd see from this red team if they were at full strength.
Absolutely. I'm actually going to switch on board with Atropec. I want to see what he's going to be able to do to get his team to secure this win for his team. It's 40-38 right now. 4 minutes and 41 seconds of the game. There's no overshield anytime, at least immediately soon. They end up 1-2 comboing that beast is that Flowers yard side. I mean, I'm loving the 1-2 combo coming out of bars right there. Both players having this situational awareness to simply not die, stay alive, and put those shots baiting and switching. 42-40 right now, and the blue team is starting to collapse on this red team squad on this light right side of things.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, I'd love to take a look at, let's take a look at Siege right now when he comes up out.
I'm actually on board with Siege as of right now. Siege making his way over towards Flowers, down towards top mid, kind of by himself right now. So he's gonna back down. He's gonna be able to push top mid randomly by himself. That would have been bad. Cross map shots, check. Beast is backing down, check. Siege doing everything for his team to keep him to keep his team in it. And mind you guys, when the overshield comes up soon, I think that mark was actually 32. But I'm not exactly sure.
Sunny Shadow with the shots there on Siege. The reversal 5 shot. Great shots there by Sunny Shadow, and that could have been a pivotal moment in this game.
Absolutely. I'm actually going to switch on board with Atropec right now. Challenging Beastage and ends up getting taken down. Wow, Atropec's getting really cocky right there, just immediately flying top mid. I'm guessing maybe he didn't know the score was 49-47 because that might not have been the play. Even if they would have lost overshield right there, the last thing he wanted to do was push top mid by himself and get taken out. And correct me if I'm wrong, do we have a tied up series? Do we have a tied up series, Logan?
We do indeed. This is not what I expected from this series. I was expecting blue team right in that game to just pop off with it after what we saw at the start of that first game, but I love what I'm seeing here from red team with this D2 sub.
I mean, it's the constant the three players: Yachty T, Sunny Shadow, and Beastage. These guys have been playing together for a very long time. They're a trio. They grind together, they scrim together, they practice together. They've been teaming together for quite some time. And Critical, I believe Critical's played with them a lot too. Even though he's a Division 2 player, he's played with this team of 3 tandem. I would say almost as much as their normal forward. So I'm going to see great things out of this red team squad. It's funny because we said the red team was going to take the objective and blue team was probably going to take the Slayer. And guess what? Total opposite. But I'm not surprised because Beastich, he's that great free fall player. He has that great mind for just getting kills and staying alive. I don't think I've ever seen him go negative in a Slayer. I don't think it's even possible, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, for sure. And also, if we look at Bards right here, just look at the damage he's putting down. 2,800. Everyone on his team putting down 2,200 or below. Just really keeping his team up there and helping his team out with those picks.
And if y'all could do me a favor real quick, as of right now, Anthropex is obviously either talking strategy, using the restroom. Why don't we hop on board with the standings? We're going to talk about, mind you guys, we're in week number 4 right now. The last standings actually is week number 3. And flawless freaking Cowboys, 3-0 right now. That's quite impressive. We have a secondary team, Faux Hammer, also they were also 3-0, and then in third place you have the Mall. That's an awesome name. Logan, that's an awesome name.
It is indeed. And right here we have Fohammer and the Maw, these two top 3 teams facing off. But Flawless Cowboy, you know, I played them earlier today. I had to sub in for our D1 game where we had 2 D2 subs. That gives Flawless Cowboy another win in their book. But, you know, the Flood, I think the Flood is on the come up. If they have their full D1 squad, I think they are the top team in the league. And that might be a little biased, but I love what I'm seeing from our D1 team.
And actually, I say that actually, Atropex ended up coming back while we were talking about the standings, so it looks like they're ready to go. Oddball Fisher. You know, I know this is not a favorite game type for much, but it wasn't even my favorite game type personally. But let me tell you, I've gotten pretty good at. I've gotten pretty good at. If you grab the carbine, people don't understand how good this carbine is. If you grab the carbine, either sit carbine spawn or get it more importantly towards treehouse, you were able to put so many shots down on people. Get so much damage, bait the ball. It's absolutely incredible. And by the way, Juggernaut's asking, when does the next season start? Mark owned your face right there. He's actually the leader of the actual league, the league boss, the head honcho, if you will. We might have a Discord command, but I'm going to say get in that Discord, and even if you're waiting for next season, man, get in those 8s lobbies, get in those 2s lobbies, talk in the general chat, man. It's a nice little community that got built here. North American Halo League is doing absolutely phenomenal things, and I am a fan, Logan. I am a fan.
I am a fan as well, and you know, I'm a player, but I love following this stuff. I love following these D1 games. I love what I'm seeing from this league so far. But as we say at Athropex, going in there and getting 2 kills in the bottom mid, we do end up seeing a burn from blue team on that overshield, and red picking up the ball. Let's take a look at Beastish right now. Gonna try to rotate over to his team, help him out with that ball, and look for some picks over here on this top blue tree.
Yeah, you know what? It's not. I'm not gonna kill you for burning the cam. I apologize. The custom right in the beginning. I'm not gonna kill you over it. I think it's a good play off the beginning. You get the time. What's more important is that second and third kill. That's what's really more important than that first one. 6 minutes to lead in favor of the red team squad with 11 minutes and 14 seconds worth of gameplay. Anything can happen, Logan. And mind you, we're already having the tied up series. This is game number 3. This is a statement game right here. No team wants to go behind.
This is indeed, and you were talking about the carbine before the game. We see Beastish right here. He's probably going to rotate up to the top 3 if he can get the kill. And yes, this team does get that kill, and he's going to do some damage here with the carbine.
Let me tell you, I'm a huge fan of the carbine, especially on this map. We've been taken out by bars like that. Yeah, don't challenge Barry. He's Barry Allen. He's the fastest shooter alive. 36 the 4th lead in here with red team squad. 10 minutes, 30 seconds worth of gameplay. You guys ready about DC?
He is the fastest right there. We see him just turning and putting 3 shots into Yaddy T. Just so fast with those. I love what I'm seeing here from Bards and just rotating around the map. But he does get taken out by Yaddy T, and there's a little bit of extra shots fired at his body by Yaddy T. Love what I'm seeing here, the disrespect.
Yaddy T, I thought T stood for Thomas. It's Yaddy T back, 39-4 lead in favor of the red team squad. I'm actually going to switch on gears with Monsters right now, who's actually goes straight to top. Straight to top window right there. Takes critical. Enjoy that black screen critical. And now it's right to the spawn. Also has no fear. He's going right into the belly of the beast.
Oh yeah, I love what Monsters might have been taken out there, but I love what I'm seeing from him right there. He puts down the damage, allows his team to get in there and get the melee off. And he's just really influencing those spawns so they're further away from his teammates and just getting those picks.
And at 9 minutes 39 seconds, I didn't see anybody grab the overshield. I'm guessing I will probably have end up getting burned. Actually, I just did overshield check myself. Back on board with Yaddy T with him and his teammate Beastish working a 1-2 combo, making Athopex back down almost immediately. Now working on Monsters right there. I'm telling you, Yaddy T's like a freaking turret, bro. He just simply moves his reticle, puts shots, and makes people back down. Most of the time, the kills aren't getting finished by himself, but he makes almost everybody one shot, making the job so easier for the Slayers around him. 40 seconds, 20 lead in favor of the red team squad.
Oh yeah, and as you were talking about that, we saw someone get a blank melee on Bards, I believe, and Bards able to finish off the kill, and that allowed them to reposition and get that play on the ball.
Actually, speaking of which, Sunny Shadow trying to make a play on the ball right now. He goes straight to top mid, gonna back that almost immediately. He doesn't have the right slays down, but down goes Red Team. That's 3 down for the Yaddy T, the last one alive.
You know, we've got one player over there, Beastish, ends up getting taken out in that blue territory. Probably not the best play by him, sort of isolating himself from his teammates, but, you know, Yaddy T is still out here making plays over on this red mag.
Absolutely, you know, I'm on board with Yaddy T myself right now as he challenges Monson with the couple of shots right there. That's uncharacteristic of him. Ball goes down, and that's 3 down for the blue team, 4 up for the red team. They're going to be able to put pressure on the squad and get a whole lot of ball time. If you're a fan of this red team squad, you must be feeling pretty good, Logan. You must be feeling pretty good.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. And look what we're seeing from Yaddy T right now. Let's call him the turret. The turret just putting down those shots, not missing a bullet, and just helping out his teammate with getting those picks. But it looks like we will see a ball rotation or play right here from red team.
What once stood for Thomas, then stood for Teabag, and now stands for Turret. Yaddy T doing it all. I'm actually on board with Bars right now as he puts shots on critical, taking him out right there. Gonna challenge Yaddy T, the living Turret, winning that battle. It's a huge double kill by Bars right now. Now making his way towards top, looking for the triple. Is he gonna go for it?
Oh my god. Almost getting off the triple. Was that an over maybe? I'm not really sure.
The triple was just a split second too late, but either way, man, making that team 3 down almost single-handedly. Again, Bards, the fastest Halo player alive. 75 to 44 lead for the blue team squad, and they're putting good points on the board.
And we'll see Barry Allen handing that ball over to his teammate right there. I believe he handed that ball over to Athropex, and Athropex, the mastermind of this team, the captain of this team, he will be taking over ball control and just calling out for his teammates.
Yeah, so I'm actually looking at the scoreboard right now, man. Barnes killing it in the slaves department. Has 14, almost a 15 kill right there. But Athropex is selfish, and he's taking kills away from Barry. I don't like I don't like
We see Bards, Barry Allen, just the golden boy in every single category right now. Has the most ball time on his team, the most kills in the game, and a pretty high amount of assists. I love what I'm seeing here from Bards.
Absolutely, Sunny Shadow's killing that ball away. I'm actually on board right now with Sunny Shadow. He tries to stay alive. He ends up going down pretty quick, and now the red team is 2 down. Blue team is starting. Here comes the cavalry for the blue team. That's 3 down for the red team, Logan. Slaves are going down. Blue team is trying to make a comeback, and I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I'm liking it. I
am too. And let's take a look at Bars right now with this ball. I want to see what kind of rotations he's making with this ball right here.
Absolutely, I'm actually on board with Barnes as he drops it, takes out Yaddy T right now, but he's not shooting bodies. This is what Barnes does. He's all business. He's not gonna shoot your body. He'll shoot your body when he wins the game. 5 minutes and 52 seconds worth of gameplay. That means another overshoot should be coming up. Whoever gets this overshoot is gonna get a nice little lead, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, for me at least, when my body gets shot, I go into a completely different mode. You know, I'm focused in on the game, and I do not want to lose if my body gets shot. I think that's sort of the mentality of this blue team right now. Somebody must have called out that they were getting some body disrespect from Yaddy T. And you know, every time they're fighting Yaddy T now, they're not missing a shot, and you know, they've all got that sight of mind towards Yaddy T, and they do not want to lose to him.
Oh my god. Actually, I recently hopped on board with Siege right there. He won a huge battle against Beastish. But the red team ends up getting a double kill for Critical, just making the critical plays that he needs. This man is not Division 2 talent. This man belongs in D1. Mind you guys, if you're looking for a D1 player, you better start hitting up Beastish, trying to get that trade in there. 96 to 80 lead in favor of the blue team squad. And this back and forward action, I'm loving it right here. But I'm imagining the next overshow is really going to open up this game.
Oh yeah, I was looking at Lad Critical right there, and Lad Critical just ran in there in that blue territory, got one pick, got another player weak, but he is not able to do much more than that. But I think that was enough for his team right there.
Absolutely, and oh my gosh, Sunny Shadow taken out. Bars looks like he wants me to hop on board with him, so I'm gonna stay with Sunny Shadow. Gets taken out by Monsters right there as Monsters flying. Just a caster's curse going on here. Monsters goes down too. I don't know who to hop on board. Who be hopping on board with, man?
Let's watch Bards again. You know, I love Bards getting in here, using a no presence play and just getting in on this red team. He's able to pick up 1 pick, maybe 2 picks. Another pick on Yaddy T. Great job there by Bards, and he will have ball control with his team.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That double kill putting the red team actually 3 down right there, 107-98. A lot of good points being put down by the blue team. And red team has been scrapping points together, but man, when blue team gets those slays, they put good points on the board. 118 to 90 lead in favor of the blue team squad, and we're seeing another overshow coming up pretty darn soon.
You know, after that body disrespect that Yadi P did at the start, he hasn't been playing like his self this series, and you know, I wonder if he was negatively impacted by that mind block in his head.
Well, one thing that was really helping Beast is stealing that overshield. My gosh, picks that overshield. Good points being put on the board of the red team right now, but that overshield quickly gets melted. Monster ends up taking him out right there on top mid. Points, and luckily, smart gameplay by LAD Critical, able to rotate that ball over away from the gunfight, and now 117 to 121 in favor of the blue team squad, but a lot of momentum going in favor of red team before they just went 3 down. God bless.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we've got Lad Critical got an amazing spawn right there inside of the blue base, but he ends up getting taken out right away. You know, let's take a look at Siege right now. Siege ends up getting a trade. Let's look at Bards with a DMR on this top blue tree. You know, as you were talking about that carbine, I was just thinking, this DMR can be really powerful too if you turn it up to one of those tree houses.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, in my opinion, I still prefer the carbine. That quick fire rate, it doesn't give people a chance to back down, but the DMR does put great damage down. If somebody backs down, they're usually going to be one shot with that DMR. But the carbine it's sneaky, because when you start putting those shots down, a player tends to react, but it shoots so fast that sometimes they can't get around that corner. 133 lead in favor of the 133 to 119 lead in favor of the blue team squad, and we're getting down to the last 2 minutes of gameplay, Logan. This is the nitty gritty right here, if you will.
Oh yeah, for sure. Who do you want to take a look at for this next life right here?
I've actually still been on board with Bars this whole time, but you know what? Let's give somebody else a chance. How about we give Atropex some love here? That's probably a player that we haven't been watching too much.
As we say it, Atropex getting a reversal headshot right there over on that red small door. Love what I'm seeing from him right here. These ball rotations, great job. And he's gonna try to rotate towards the Adobe, but I think red team will get it.
It matters 2 more seconds. And look, he was gonna go for that overshield, but he might look at the scoreboard and say, hey, you know what? I don't even need that. I'm just gonna win the game here. Jumps off the map in victory, and that's a 2-1 lead in favor of the blue team squad. Now we're hitting this is elimination time. This is when your back is against the wall. We're gonna see what this red team really has to offer right here, because they no more mistakes here. If they go down, that's series.
It is indeed, and we have an interesting game type next up. Fathom capture the flag. You know, what do you expect from this game type?
And again, I like the weird mask, man. I like the weird mask. I am a fan of Fathom capture the flag. I want to see the teams controlling top mid. And to be honest with you, I think elbow side, you know, controlling your opponent's elbow would probably be considered the more important section. But I'm a big fan of. I don't even care what side you control. As long as your play is good. If you guys want to control silo side, fantastic. Run it bottom mid, run it river, do whatever it is that you want to do, as long as you're doing it together. So that means small talk. That means you're pushing up towards your teammate. You're filling in those gaps. You're not just playing for the slaves. You're playing for the team, Logan.
Exactly. And, you know, right here, we're pulling up the CTF NAHL game type. And, you know, I think I've got my money on this blue team right here. I've loved what I've seen from them previously in this series, and I think they can pull away with this.
Whoa, Logan. I don't think you know me too well. I love hearing myself talk, the sound of my own voice. So I need to see a game 5. If the blue team wins, that's going to be in the series, and I can't talk anymore. Come on, Logan. What are you doing to me?
All right. Looks like we're betting against each other right here. You know, we'll see what happens.
And speaking of betting against each other, man, let me tell you, if you're betting on anybody, I want you guys to bet on NAHL, man. They're doing some great things. Obviously supporting your man, excuse me. Obviously supporting your man Fireboy, who's giving away that grassroots code thanks to Div of 343. He's doing it on his Twitter, supported by North American Halo League. And yeah, we're starting off CTF.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, let's take a look at Siege off the start of this. I'd love to see what he'll do off the start of this. Sitting in chat saying, "Start the game, and you're killing my vibes." Love to hear it from Siege. No matter what Siege says, we will watch him off the start. And let's look at what Siege says. Rotating up to that blue tree. He might have camo uncontested right here.
Absolutely. And so grabbing that camouflage, the most toxic player in the lobby right now. And so grabbing that camouflage, taking on that player with the melee, going that Sunny Shine, we must have made him mad. We must have made him mad. That's 3 down for the red team squad. And now we're seeing, obviously the red team died on the blue team's opposing side. So blue team needs to go in, get another round of slays, and control those spawns. Control those spawns.
Oh yeah, for sure. Siege really the toxic player on this team right now. The toxicity poisoning the other players on the team, and Camo's just allowing them to make an aggressive play right here if this blue team can rotate with him.
Protect our carrier.
I'm gonna talk to Mark Owens' face, man. He's coming into the chat, spreading that toxicity, man. That's a fine. He's got a 1-game penalty in his next series, coming in and disrespecting the league. I don't like it, but I am liking the gameplay right now. Just taking a Sunny Shadow right there, and there we go. Blue team gets that first cap in the board right there. It's a 1-0. Oh, I like. Never mind. I apologize. I was a little bit too soon, Logan. I'm sorry.
A little bit too soon, but you know. Let's see if blue team can pull away with this. Let's see if red team can test this too.
There's a 1-0 lead in favor of the blue team squad, and we're gonna do as Siege says. We're not gonna hop on board with him. He's a negative Nancy. I'm on board with Beastish as Yachty T and Beastish take out Siege right there. Take your negativity to the.
Oh yeah, let's look at Monsters right now. There will be a player sitting in this cubby and he knows it. He gets the call out and he body disrespects you by Monsters. Love what I'm seeing right there. And it is on Yachty T, the bagger of the previous game.
Absolutely, and like I said, I'm actually on board with Beastish right now. It's still putting some great shots on Monster. That's taking about like their great trade. Switching over to Bard, putting some good shots on Yachty T. Every time I switch something there, and there we go, Bard shooting Yachty T's body, returning the favor. Logan, I know you like that. I know you like that.
I do. I love the body disrespect. Any type, any way, I love to see it. And we see Beast is just fighting Bards right there over in that blue courtyard. And Red's making an aggressive push right here, but they're not blocking those elbow spawns. Somebody on blue will be able to get an overextend over on that side.
So actually just hopped on board with Yachty T, who's running that flag, did that super throw. Love that. That flag gets capped right in the last second before he dies. We have a title game, 9 to 27 seconds of the gameplay, and Camo has gone down.
Oh my god, I want you to look at that scoreboard. Siege, 10 kills already, you know, Siege, I don't know if you've got the stream unmuted, but, you know, the toxicity, 11 kills now is paying off.
So, my gosh, Yachty T getting a double kill right now, man. I'm not on board with I'm actually on board with Yachty T right now, but he got a nice little double kill, got the return, and now he's about to clear out his base of bars right here, but not before getting taken out by Astros.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, who do you want to take a look at right now?
You know what? I might hop over with Siege. He has a real gun right now. It'd be a shame to not do so. We'd be robbing the viewers if that was the case. 1-to-1 time right now. 8 minutes 36 seconds with the gameplay. And Yachty T gives him that hot 5. He's serving them hot 5s, and they're pretty darn cheap.
Oh yeah, and right after Yachty T got that kill, he looked at the body and he meleeed, and then it looks like he stopped and clipped it. Great job there by Yachty T. And I love what I'm seeing there.
Absolutely. Beast getting a little bit of engagement with Atropex right there, forcing him to back down, but now he has teammates coming in. That's what, again, what I love about this blue team squad. They get one call out, and it seems like everybody responds to it. As soon as that call out comes down, at least 1 or 2 players are flying at it almost instantly. And Beast is seems to get into it right there, but Siege getting the best of him. 7 minutes and 57 seconds worth of gameplay, so that probably means another overkill coming up real soon.
Yeah, and red team's backs are against the wall right now, and you can tell from their aggressive gameplay, just trying to fly at that blue team and not give them room to breathe.
Absolutely. And I gotta hop on board Pieces. Now he has the railgun this time, which is obviously a great power weapon in the hands of a.
Whoa! Almost giving that thing the cap back. You know,
I'm so lost. How did he not get that kill right there? That looks spot on to me. I guess maybe I'm not good with the railgun either way, but he drops a triple with it right now. Going for the over, almost taking out Bars for that overkill. 2-1 lead in favor of the blue team squad, and red team's engaged. One more cap, and they're out of this series.
Yeah, you know, I think he did hit a blank railgun right there, not even getting a hit marker. Hate to see it at that time, and crucial right there. I don't know what else to say about that.
Yeah, highly unfortunate. Actually, I'm just following this railgun around. I'm on board with Barnes right now. We're about to use the last shot out of this railgun. 6 minutes and 48 seconds with the gameplay. We have a 2-1 lead, still in favor of your blue team squad.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Barnes is gonna come up here, get the 1 kill on top mid. Can he kill Lag Critical right here? Great shots there by Barnes, and he ends up flying away, helping his team out. You know, just playing his life. I don't know what else he can do here. Great shots there by Bards on the flag carrier, or the flag returner, I should say. But Lag Critical ends up getting the kill and maybe the return.
Wow, that almost dangerous right there. Blue team almost salvaged that flag and turned it into a flag cap, almost turning a negative situation and turning it into a positive, if you will. I'm actually on board right now with Siege, back on board with Siege, doing Siege-like things, you know, putting shots on Critical, almost ends up taking him out right there, now on bottom, he's on bottom scale right now. He sees Yachty T, and there goes the miscommunication right there. Critical should have been communicating that perfectly to Yachty T, ends up giving Siege a triple kill, maybe because of a lack of communication, Logan. You can't do that, not this late in the series, not this late in the game.
Oh yeah, for sure. But just look at these slays right now. If you pull up your scoreboard right now, it just does not look like Lad, Critical, and Sunny Shadow can really keep up, staying in the single digits, 5 and 7 kills. And we've got Siege over here with 21 kills and everybody on that blue team in the double digits.
Absolutely. I'm actually on board here with the after effects right now. Trying doing his best to clear out his base, taking out Critical. That was great kills by him. 2-1 lead in favor of the blue team squad. And Red team's having a hard time. They're getting in the base, they're getting the slays, but they're just not capitalizing on it. Ends up going down. Now blue team's gonna make their way over towards the red team side and put the pressure on those spawns.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we see Bards picking up the light rifle thing and walking around just a turret right now, you know. Bards might be the new turret in this series.
He might just be. I think I missed the camouflage, actually. Probably ended up getting hurt. Siege winning another battle. Yachty T trying to take out Siege right there. He gets into staying alive. Monsters comes out here, gets the trade. There's carnage all over the place.
Oh yeah, for sure. And let's take a look at Siege right now, jumping over to that red base. And I think he'll try to run this flag if he can get the kill on Yachty T. But he does not.
Yachty T has something to say about that right there. But either way, here comes the camera. I'm actually on board with Beast. She's doing a great job of controlling top mid, making Bards one shot. But man, the collapse of blue team, I'm saying, they have that predator-like mentality. As soon as they smell blood, they pounce almost like a bunch of sharks.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, this is the perfect map for sharks. The underwater fathom map. Great stuff over here by blue team.
And the fact that they're blue.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. 2-1 lead in favor of the blue team squad right now. 3 minutes and 59 seconds for the gameplay, so it should be overshot somewhat soon. If I had to make a guess, I'd probably say somewhere between 23 and 35 would be an excuse me, a camo, my apologies, a camouflage.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, let's take a look at Athropex right now. Hopping up to this blue tree, he will be able to get the kill on Sunny Shadow, and this blue team is just gonna be walking around the map and team-shotting people.
Yeah, I'm liking what Athropex just did right there, dropping down bottom mid almost instantly after being weak, climbing right back to top mid once he gets that full shield. Ends up gonna be taken out by Beastis, but I'm liking the idea there. 3 minutes 23 seconds of the gameplay. Railgun was in the hands of the Siege, but Beastis says absolutely not. This is my Railgun. You can't have it.
Protect our carrier.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. And let's take a look at Yachty T right now. Yachty T pulling up to this top mid. He's gonna tell that blue team they cannot get their return. And he's just gonna come over here, but Camo's right next to him and ends up getting the kill. Let's take a look at whoever has Camo.
And that'd be none other than Bards himself with a Predator combo that's camouflage and Railgun. Critical was actually just top mid. Bards puts him on that Predator with that Railgun. When you're an assassin with that Railgun, you can put it to great work, especially when you have camouflage like that. Taking out Sunny Shadow, that's 3 down for the red team, and pressure being put on the spawns. Things are not looking good for the red team right now. There's a flag about to be pulled right now. There's a flag about to be pulled.
You cannot be giving the Flash, Barry Allen that combo of Camo and Railgun, you know. If the fast...
Oh
no!
Enemies return their flag.
You know, back in Halo 3, that would have been a good strategy. Throw it off the map, and it's not like a 10-second respawn timer. But not Halo 5. It instantly goes back to the base. So all that hard work you did to get those slays, put pressure on the spawns, get that map control, ends up getting neutralized by simply throwing it off the map right there. Highly unfortunate, by the way. We see the red team starting to make their way up on the blue team's base right here. Critical's actually already in blue elbow, flanked behind the blue team players.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we see Bards right here just playing his life, trying to get slays on his own side of the map. Lad Critical probably won't be able to do much right here. And if blue team can keep these slays up, keep red team out of their side, out of their base, I think they've got this one in the bag. But we'll see what happens.
We will see what happens indeed. That's oh my, and, you know what? I'm seeing what happens right now. The red team is once again going 3 down. It's so tough for them to stay alive on this map. Critical's luckily behind the players. Maybe he can be a little bit nuisance and distract those players so that his team can start to push up. He's already doing the Wall Street-like play, pulling the flag when the team's not even 2 down. I'm liking that. That's a good distraction play. That's a good play to free up the map for his team.
Oh yeah, and if you go to Siege's point of view right now and you click the start button, his KDA right now is 19.3, 30 and 16 with 16 assists. You know, not much more you could ask from Siege here. Great plays by him.
Well, I can ask him to let up on this red team right now. It's only 47 seconds worth of gameplay, so red team's gonna have to make a play. They're gonna get a little bit desperate now within the last 30 seconds of gameplay because they gotta start a play. They gotta get it over, regardless of whether they're winning this Slays battle or not. They gotta make something happen, or they're out of the series.
Yeah, you can tell they're getting a little bit desperate right there, flying out of their own porch, not even taking a look at their own silo, and Siege wasn't able to pick up that kill. But I think it's over. But it's not over till the timer ends.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. And Siege doing a great job of trying to clear out his base right there. Gets the double kill.
God.
Only one more player left. He's pulling the flag right there. And oh wow, that was I thought it was a good melee by Siege right there.
Wait.
Can he get it into the base?
Oh my god. I think if he didn't choke that flag on the wall right there and he ran into the wall, I think they could have had it.
My gosh, that is highly unfortunate. He tasted that time right there. He was so close. He could literally he could touch it. He could taste that flag cap right there. And sadly, the red team goes down, and that's a 3-1 win for this blue team squad. Congratulations, Atopex, Bards, Siege, and Monstays.
Yeah, I love what I saw there from that series. Great series, best series I've casted so far, I think. We see in the stats right now, Beastish really putting down the damage for that team once again, putting that team on his back, sort of. But we see Siege with a 21 KDA, 3,900 damage. Not much red team can really do here.
But I guess he makes up for his toxicity with just simply getting those slays, those assists. Want to see if there's going to be any kind of retaliation, or maybe that's not the right word. I apologize. Any kind of penalties for the actions of coming in to the chat and just spreading that negative. We want nothing but love, Siege. I'm loving the gameplay. I love you, but let me tell you, I get paid a whole lot of gum in order to talk. So that's what I'm gonna do.
I won't be reading these messages on stream, but I'd love for you to take a look at the in-game chat in the Discord channel and see what Bards has said. Great stuff over there from Blue Team. I love what I saw from that.
I guess I have to catch that in a few. I can't see his in-game chat, but either way, fantastic work by the blue team right now. And I think that was the last series for the night, actually, right? Does that wrap up week number 4?
I think that will close it out. Let's take a look at the next week, the next week's matchups. I'm gonna pull that up right now. All right, next week we have In Amber Clad versus Flawless Cowboy for D1, and then the next match for D2 is the next match for D1 is. Wait, this is a little bit confusing. Give me a second to think about this. Oh, okay. So we have In Amber Clad versus Flawless Cowboy, Hang 'em High versus The Banished. Great stuff over there. That's what's gonna happen next week.
Absolutely, we're gonna see a lot of great Halo, and then you know what? I'll be honest with you. If I might be free next weekend, or maybe not on Sunday, but maybe on Saturday and whatnot. I'll try to pop in and I'll try to pop in and see if I can get some casting. I love casting. I love this league right here. So it kind of goes hand in hand. I love you, Loganator. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. You know, this is the most fun I've had casting with you. You definitely bring a lot of hype to the table, and I'd love to see you casting some more Halo 5.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look at who I'm
My
following
vote
right
goes
now.
for me. I'm just putting that out there. if I have a vote,
We could raid.
I actually never stopped streaming. People were watching my cam; they couldn't hear me.
Oh yeah. Why not? If you're still streaming, we can raid you.
That's where my vote goes. I don't know.
All right, well, that's where my vote goes too. So why not? But thank you all for watching in the chat. You know, love to see a great series like this one, and hope you all can tune in next week.